Hi, it's Wendy Woodhall here, Executive Director of the Los Angeles Post-Production Group. We're so happy to have you joining us today. We're thrilled to have Sony in the house with us. The group just doesn't run by itself. There's Woody and I in the background, but it's you, our members, our presenters, our partners and friends that really make the group so special. So with that, I'm going to say, let's toast. Let's give a hey, hey for 12 years and let's keep going for many more. And now we are going to go on and invite you to connect with us. Since we're not meeting face-to-face, please make sure to connect with us online. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Use the hashtag LAPPG. If you follow us, we'll do our best to follow you. We always do try. And this is a great chance for you to catch up on some past meetings. So head over to our YouTube channel. If you can't locate us, just hop on YouTube, type in Los Angeles Post-Production Group. I know it's a little long, but you'll find us. And then hit subscribe. And that way you'll get updated every time we have a new video. Here's just a sampling of some of the almost 60 videos that we have currently. One of the new things we did this year was to add a blog. And on our blog, we have a Meet series. And that's when we introduce you to some really cool production and post-production people that we think are worth your time checking out. So this month, we interviewed Snehal Patel, who's the Director of Sales for Zeiss Americas and a filmmaker. And we spoke to him about the Supreme Prime Radiance lenses from Zeiss, as well as a film he made during this quarantine period. And also we picked his brain to see what he thought makes a successful DP. So that's an interesting read. I recommend you head to our website and check that out when you have a moment. To make LAPPG a successful group, we have these amazing partners. At the platinum level, we have Shutterstock. At the gold level, we have Adobe, Blackmagic, Sony, Vimeo, and Production Hub. And at the silver level, we have OWC, Isotope, and Zeiss. And these are all incredible companies, and we thank them for their support. But it's not just these companies. We have a whole bunch of other companies that do support us. We have supporting level companies, we have media partner companies, and then we have community level companies that also support the group. So tonight we're going to be doing a presentation with Sony. We're going to be looking a little bit at the past, the last 12 years or so, what Sony has been up to, and then we're going to be sort of looking to the present and the future with remote workflow. To join us tonight, we're going to be having Dan Perry, who handles business development at Sony Electronics, and Samuel Ferris, the DMPC manager over at Sony Electronics, and Laura Pursley, who does marketing at Sony Electronics. Hi, guys.
Hey, how are you, Wendy?
Good. How are you? Did you guys like seeing the DMPC?
Very cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. It's absolutely one of the things that we miss the most is being able to be in person with you guys. But this is a great way to still stay engaged.
You got it. You got it.
My favorite place was the Stoner Rec Center. I love telling people we're going to have the meeting, and they go, "Where's it at?" Stoner Rec Center. I couldn't believe it. I thought we were going to see Dazed and Confused or something. I thought I'd see some of those characters out front. That was always the best. Congratulations on 12 years. I know that doing something like that on a monthly basis and continuing to do that's a lot of hard work. Since we've been in COVID shutdown, we've been doing things, interviews and things with industry people, and it's really hard. So I know that keeping it together and putting together such hard, difficult programs every week is not easy. The first meeting of the LAPPG 12 years ago, and topics included color grading, indie filmmaking, mobile HD edit-based FCP plugins and training, and lots of sound. Compliments of Woody. So it's funny that all of those things are still being done today. That was back in 2008. SAG had authorized a strike, and to avoid that, they used AFTRA, and virtually all the pilots were shot digitally, and just about every new show launched in fall was digital. 3D stereoscopic gains popularity. it gained popularity and it lost popularity almost equally as fast. But it was one of those things that we looked for a picture of, but there's actually a 3D camcorder that we made at one point. But it was amazing because we had things like SR tape where you could record 2 HD streams. It was a lot of interesting stuff going on with 3D. In March 11th, 2011, there was the earthquake and the tsunami, and that affected our tape plant. I'm not sure if anyone remembers the fact that you couldn't get SR tape there for a little bit. But when that hit in March of 2011, that's the end of our fiscal year, and everything's kind of being down. So it's really the worst possible time that could have hit. There's stories about the building where our tape plant is. It's the largest building in the city, and people were actually going there to escape the rising water. But that really made a big shift because there was no tape for cameras. You have no gas for the car. You got to pick something you can use, and that's when we started really moving to card-based production. And once we had the X300, that allowed us to have a professional monitor, which was OLED based and had the deep blacks that everybody loved. It was the first time that I can remember a very, very influential person looking at it and saying, "Boy, I've never seen CRT look so bad," when it was connected to an X300. But the HDR grading started going. That really started moving forward with the log capture, the raw capture from cameras, and really starting to take advantage of everything that the camera technology had been delivering for a number of years. And that brings us to our current place, where I think we're all still mostly sheltering in place. And we've been working on remote cloud collaboration for a number of years. We have a product I think we'll talk about a little later, but it's called C. And that was something that Sony started through Sony Pictures, and we started investing in that and making a cloud-based platform. One of the keys that once we saw the cloud-based, the ability to put material in the cloud is like, let's get camera material in the cloud. So we'll show you later on how we're actually taking images directly out of a camera into the cloud. This is a little prior to the LAPPG starting, but even as we started having the first meetings of the LAPPG, some of these cameras were still relevant. The HDW F900, which was the first HD camcorder, and that had a really long run. It was a workhorse for a number of years. So I'm sure some of you remember HD Cam and the large tape decks that went along with that. But we had the HDC 950, which was kind of a little bit of a jump forward, and that gave us the ability to do output RGB. The PDW 700, so that ushered in the first XD Cam disc camcorder. So now we were recording to a non-tape media. So that was a big jump, and that had a really profound impact on reality TV and in news, and became a really big part of our lives. The F-35 was a 35 millimeter imager. We'll talk a little bit where that was important and what it meant. The PMW F3 was a fantastic, cost affordable 35 millimeter camcorder. Now that recorded to cards. So we're transitioning off tape, going into cards. A smaller, less expensive camera, the FS7, that expanded on the success of the 55. In 2017, we released the Venice, which is right now still our flagship, and really making its way into episodic television, feature films, built with a lot of the things that we learned from the industry, listening to the industry and delivering a camera that met the needs. It has, again, it records several codecs, including RAW and XOCN, but it's that thing of that Sony line of always finding a way to have the best possible recording with the lowest possible bit rate. And then just last year, we introduced the FX9. And if you see the way it's facing forward, it's really important because that's full frame. And I think you guys are probably hearing a lot about full frame. And this camcorder is now in that $10,000 price range, full frame with a lot of functionality that we took from the color science and a lot of influence from the Venice, along with some really great features from our Alpha line. So as we evolve through here, what's happened is Sony is really unified the camera group under one straight line up and down on the production side. So we're able to now take something that was in the alpha cameras and build it into our professional cameras. And this is a slide of one of our favorite things that I think you guys are all fans of is our professional monitors. 1979, the BVM series, BVM, broadcast video monitor, and as you can see, we had a long line of CRTs. Eventually, the BVM D24 and the BVM D32 were the de facto standard, and then we introduced the BVM L230, and it was tough. There was the LCD monitors were not quite as good as the CRTs. The blacks were always an issue. And then 2015, the BVM X300, which was the first HDR capable professional monitor, was launched. And that revolutionized and helped usher in great content from Amazon and Netflix as they began to explore HDR and use that as a deliverable. This became the workhorse for all of those mastering. So it was fantastic. We love the BVM X300. And now in 2019, so just last year, we introduced the BVM HX310. The next monitor we'll release will be the PVM. We'll release a PVM X250, and that'll be later this year. But again, it'll be a 4K HDR 25-inch monitor. So we're continuing to deliver the professional monitors, and it's just when we were looking back and we saw this slide, we thought it would be fun to share, because I can't even imagine what the HDM 3020 must have weighed back in 1986.
This is where Laura put the presentation up for me. It's in our super DMPC cloud, where we basically have, I don't know if it's unlimited, but it's a lot of space, terabytes upon terabytes of space. These are all my workspaces here that you can see. And I'm going to go into a workspace where I've set up Woody with a folder. Now, Woody has this folder that's called Sam's FX9 Auto Upload, right? And as you can see here, the folder is currently empty. And what we're going to have Woody do is he needs the files from the camera that's in my garage. So I want him to also be the DP to get the exact shot that he wants. So Woody, if you want to get on real quick here. Yep. I'm going to give you remote control of my camera, and let's go ahead and zoom out from that window. And then maybe like hit rec for a couple seconds so we can upload that folder that I have given you, and then share your screen with us as well. So here he is hitting rec. He's recording. My light's on. You can see the little rec light. Now hit stop. And now if you notice, I'm going to stop sharing screen for a little bit. If you notice, there's a little Wi-Fi connection here. And then on the top left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see a little number 1 with an arrow pointing up. That means it's uploading that file automatically to that cloud. Open up that folder. And there's a clip he recorded. Now, I'm going to go ahead and record just another clip. I'm just going to push the record button on the camera itself. And then we're going to see the second file as it uploads, and you can hit refresh. And now, why don't we get something from the audience so we're actually proving that we're doing this live? Let's get like something I could write down on a piece of paper here, and then we'll put that piece of paper in front of the camera. Allied Post Office, is that the?
Yeah, that was it was Allied Post, our studio, and we used to meet in the front lobby. That was where we held our first meetings for about 6 months.
Here's the actual shot of the screen of what. You know, he can now go ahead and zoom in. Go ahead and zoom in a little bit on the window, Woody, and then trigger rec. So basically, I'm just giving you control as if we would do a team viewer, right? Can you see the sign there? Can you zoom in on it?
There it is. There. Okay, cool.
All right.
Nice. And I'm going to hit record.
Yep.
Beauty. And I'm stopping.
here's the best part, guys. So as you're uploading any file, there's an auto proxy generation on the cloud. So you don't have to, similar to like what we see in Dropbox or WeTransfer, that you have to download the file before you can see it. So he's just going to double click on it and play it back and not have to worry about downloading anything. And that's the nice part about working with the C Cloud, is that it auto generates proxies even for larger files like XOCN 16-bit, 10-bit MPEG-2, MP4 files, AVC HD. And what's really nice is that even on a phone, you can even watch a file that was uploaded, let's say in 4K, where the original file is on the cloud. I don't have to download that 4K file on my phone before I actually watch it. Well, I got 4 cameras connected to this right now, and I'm going to have Woody go ahead and control those cameras for me. So on that video input select, where you got 1, 2, 3, 4, just go ahead and click through those. So now you're switching cameras there. So now here's my studio, right? And then there I am. So hands-free, right? So cut to 2 again, right? I got my hands free, but you can see that my switcher is switching, right? So here we go. And so on top of controlling the camera remotely, he's also controlling my switcher remotely. So it's kind of like a magic trick that we're showing here. And the nice part is that he can get all those files remotely as well. I don't have to forward it to him or upload it to C or upload it to, there's an auto proxy upload option in the FX9 that lets me connect either to my phone via tethering, or it allows me to connect to a Wi-Fi network like I have connected here to my Wi-Fi router. And then if I have my computer connected to the same Wi-Fi router, then I can actually log in to the camera via IP. Here's the C. I'm going to refresh here so I can get those same files. I have all kinds of metadata information here, my file elements. I can actually see all of the files that were generated, uploaded, and then who has opened those files. Or maybe we could have another volunteer where we could send this link and have those files come up to that link. So let me send that in the Q&A maybe.
Oh, cool. All right, Roxanna. Thank you, Rox.
And then basically, here's what they'll see is Woody's video edits, Sam is requesting, right? And then all I have to do is either drag and drop my files or hit file upload and then select any of the files that I have on my hard drive.
Roxanna says the clip's ready.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So let's go ahead and check out the clip that was just uploaded to me. Here we go. So recently added. This must be it.
Hello, everyone. Happy anniversary, LAPPG. Congratulations, Wendy and Woody. You guys have been keeping this going for so many years, especially now during these special circumstances. So congrats. Have a good night. Bye.
So were you guys able to hear that?
Yeah.
All right, great, excellent. So I didn't have to download that file. That's the beauty of it. I was able to watch it, show you guys, and not have to download it. As viewers are like, everybody just loves saying, "Oh, just put it on WeTransfer or Dropbox," and here it just makes so much more sense.
The proxies that come out of our cameras, those are able to be edited and then matched back to the high res to conform later on. So they're editorial proxies, not just viewing proxies. And that was one of the big things that we've seen as people are either out of country or they're somewhere else, and it's taking days for a story to be able to see footage, that they're able to get the footage back in proxies, which is the largest proxy is 9 megabits. So it's relatively small. And then you're able to then take the high res back, usually on a hard drive or some other way. But again, editorial gets to begin almost immediately and share notes, kind of like we're doing here.
I do want to just go over a few broad features of Sony C. There is a built-in Aspera file transfers for faster transfers, wireless file gathering from cameras, which we just showed you in live stream support, remote file and folder acquisition with metadata. So that was the file we just got from Roxanna. Thank you. Automatic preview, proxy creation, built-in review and approval, secure and branded sharing with watermarking, unlimited users and workspaces so you can manage your teams and your projects, and built-in cloud archiving and automated storage management capabilities. So C is a very powerful tool. One of the most useful ways you may find most useful things to do with it is to work with non-video professionals. It's very intuitive. The proxy generation makes it so that your like an executive's laptop doesn't need to have any kind of video playback capabilities. They can just watch in their browser. So it's a really powerful tool.
Dan, Sam, and Laura, thank you so much for all your support over the years. Sony Electronics has been amazing to us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will say thank you so much for joining us tonight, everybody, and we hope to see you next time. Bye.